All right, guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing an account tour video, just showing my roster, my content progression, where I'm at in the game, what my plans are, and just kind of show like how I got to where I'm at. So I'm not 100% free to play. I've definitely spent money on this game in the past, but it's been a couple of years since I've done so. And since we've been at the rank 5, 6-star level, 7-star rank 2, 3 level, I have not spent any money. So everything that I am going to show you, I've done free to play, but it's not exactly a free to play account, I guess. So, but yeah, let's just kind of get into it. So for ad content, I am all done with this stuff. I mean, this is pretty much event quest at this point. I mean, it's not that difficult anymore like it was back when they had Act 6 out. So all this is done. Um, The back issues I've finished all of these. I don't think they're going to make these anymore. I think they're all done. I think that team is actually focused on battlegrounds now. But anyway, so the Mount Everest content. So I have explored these three here. I've done completion of Necropolis and Abyss, but uh, I just don't have the desire to explore it. I don't. It's the time commitment for me, not the skill or the roster or anything like that. Um, it's just the time commitment. In the like to me the rewards aren't really um they don't like warrant the effort for me. For me personally, the path rewards, especially for Abyss, like you get nothing until you explore it. So I always do completion. I've done the quest, but I stop at that point because, with everything I have going on in my own personal life, it's a huge time commitment. So um, in Necropolis, the rewards are still very solid even today, but I don't think I'll ever do it. So yeah, let's go with the roster. So we'll start with the 7-star rank 2 to 3s. So my three rank 3s are right here. So Killmonger, Iron Man, and Vox. So Killmonger is my highest Sig 7-star. 90 is the highest I got, so I'm really happy with that. I've duped him a few times. I've given him the Sig stones whenever we've gotten them free to play. He's just very good for like battlegrounds. I'd like to use him in war if possible. He's banned almost every time in battlegrounds though, but when he's not, I win. So it's just you got to ban him. I mean, you can get like a CGR or something and you'll be fine, but he's just too good. And so I barely ever see him, but I kind of want to like use him on Path 9 with Void again, and it allows him to purify the debuff. So I'm kind of curious how that would go. My first rank 3 ever was Iron Man Infinity War. I took him to rank 3 after I did Necropolis completion. I got 2 to 3 Tech Gem, and he was like one of my first ever dupes. Or no, he was my first tech dupe. So I ended up taking him to rank 3. I really enjoy like having the awakened abilities, and the only other option I really had in the class was an unawakened guardian. So I went with Iron Man, and honestly, I can't regret it because I use him on defense and more battlegrounds. He's banned a lot in battlegrounds, but he's just so good defensively for it. I mean, I think he's underrated on attack too, but he's served a lot of purpose on my account for defense. So I can't really say like that I regret it or that it wasn't a good rank up. So I like that one a lot. Mostly just for defense, but. And then my favorite one by far is Vox. He's been my favorite 7-star for a while, and so I've posted quite a few war videos with him. I have like a 2-month old like 5-minute battleground video, and he's my favorite. So if you've been watching my channel, like I'm a huge advocate for Vox, and I'm just gonna keep pushing out the videos for him, and people continue to think he's not good or something. I don't know, but he's an incredible attacker. So like future Ant-Man, Nimrod, just all these like defenders that people put out in battlegrounds and they think like, oh, they don't have a counter. And it's like, yeah, I do. So yeah, Vox is a really fun one. And then my rank twos, I'm not gonna talk about every single champ I have ranked up, but I will just talk about the ones that might have significance to my everyday use. So Guillotine I actually do use a lot. I use her, it's just map 8, but she's actually really good for my path in section 2. Forgot what it's called, but it's like you need like inverted controls or something immunity, and so she has that. You need like a robot or something, And so she's just really good for map 8. If I do happen to die, I can just use a small revive and then she gets the regen. So I actually use her a lot. I took her to rank 2 and I'm really happy with that. I don't feel like she needs to go to rank 3 though. That's why I took Iron Man over her. But yeah, I use her quite a bit. So my first ever dupe 7 star was Fix It. And so I just want to have fun with that. And so he was one of my, actually, was he my first rank 2? Oh, I think he was. Okay, so. Yeah, I took him to rank 2, and I don't use him as much as I used to, but he is still very, very solid. And then I've started using recoil masteries. He's poison immune, so I've been using him a bit, but just not as much as I used to. I've been using some other science champs a little bit more than him, but he's still very, very solid. So I like that one a lot. And then Mangog, I use him in war defense, but honestly, I rarely ever draft him in battlegrounds because there's so many strong science attackers now. I just don't feel like he's that good anymore. So I don't really get much use out of him anymore, honestly. But he is still on my defense in war, so that's nice. And then Guardian, Korg, Warlock, Black Hat. I mean, those are just solid rank 2s that I have. And then Noel, I took to rank 2 just for fun. I know he's not duped and he benefits from it, but I never even pulled the 6 star, so I just wanted to have some fun with that. So I took him to rank 2. And then Bishop, Titania, Juggernaut, they're just your usual rank 2s that are insane for everything. So, and then Colossus, which is kind of a waste of a rank up. I took him up for the tactic and war, and I didn't even really use him. So yeah, those are the 7 stars. And then as far as my rank 1s and like my plans go, just for fun, not really for battlegrounds. I really want to check out Ironheart. She just looks really, really cool. I was actually hoping to pull her, and I did. So I do want to eventually take her up. And then, of course, Domino has to go up. Hulk has to go up. If I do Void, I actually like to take him up, even at Sig 20, just to pair with Killmonger. So yeah, Hulk and Void are kind of. I know Hulk is much better, but um, I'm I'm contemplating between the two. So those are kind of the ones that I have my eye for the 7 stars. And then so the 6 star rank 5s. Let me get those. So my first ever was Fury, and he's just served a lot of purpose on my account. I use him everywhere. He's probably one of my most used champs even today. I took him up mostly for battlegrounds because he has 2 lives, and there's a lot of counters to him now. People use Hulkling, CGR, Toad. There's a bunch of mutants, Archangel. There's just mutants that shred him, Bishop, but he still takes 2 lives to get through, and unless you're using Penny Parker, but so he's just served a lot of purpose for me. I even use him on Path 9 in War. He can purify debuffs with a special one. I thought it was supposed to be non-damaging, but I've seen him purify hazard shifts, so I don't know. But anyway, so Fury, and I also use him in AQ, so just a lot of use out of him. And then Captain Marvel, like I've got quite a few war videos with her, and she's just been a lot of fun. I use her on hazard shift, and she's a little niche. You need that hazard shift to really ramp her up. Otherwise, it's kind of boring. But if you have that, it's a lot of fun. So I do have some videos out on her. And yeah, I'll continue to use her. And she is tactic for the war now. So I'll definitely be making more content with her in the future. She is a 7 star now. So if you do pull her, that's really cool. Yeah, I prefer the dupe. I would rather have at least Sig 20 unawakened. I don't think I'd even use her. I don't think that's very good. But even Sig 20, I think, would be, if you took her to rank 2, 3, she'd do enough damage to get past the fights where the damaging debuffs wouldn't matter. So I think that would be really good. Um, and then Werewolf by Night, I took Werewolf up because it's actually funny because I don't know anything about Werewolf by Night prior to taking them up, but werewolves, wolves, dogs, they're like my favorite animals in real life. So when they came out with Werewolf by Night, I was like, all right, gotta take them up. Like, how can I not? Um, and then, yes, that's Werewolf by Night. But my favorite champ in the entire game is House of X Magneto. So, um, he's my profile picture. My name's listed after him. So he's clearly my favorite champ. Everybody that knows me in game, and my alliance, everybody knows like that's my champ, and like anything Magneto related, I always get tagged and everything. So it's just that's been my boy since like day one. So the backstory behind him and why I like him so much and why I use him so much and everything is because uh, I've always played like the support roles whenever I'm like playing video games, when I'm playing like Xbox, PC, whatever, phone games. I'm always like, anytime I'm playing with friends, I'm always playing like the support, the healer, something like that. And so like not a lot of people like to play those roles, but I've just always enjoyed being like that teammate that just like is there to support and provide whatever's needed to make everybody better. So when they buffed Magneto, and then I saw that pre-fight and that it can be applied to teammates, that was just game changing, and I was like, that is literally like built for me. I need to like have that, and so I like that. That's how it all started, and then I just really like the champ though. I mean, I think he's actually very underrated, very good. He can handle magnetism. He can magnetize and then handle metal unless they're immune to it, which a lot of the champs they released today are immune. They wanted to kind of hard counter Red Magneto. So, but honestly, I like him more for like skill matchups and like purifying, and then I can use the pre-fight and then just bypass it with that. And my thing is, even though he's not the best mutant in the game, and I know he's not, if he still works really well for those like skill matchups, non-metal matchups, metal matchups. And if I can use him and get by the fight with him and gain the extra pre-fights for the harder fights, then I will. And that's been my whole thing with him. But I still use him quite a bit today, not in war. He is bleed immune and I'm path 9, but it just isn't quite enough for me to warrant really bringing him. But I use him in battlegrounds. I quest with him. I do story, um, pretty much everything except for AQ and AW. But if I were to switch paths, like if I did like path 5 or something, I would definitely use him. So that's my backstory behind Magneto. But yeah, very underrated in my opinion. But I've been repping him on everything, all my profiles and all that. And then yeah, the rest of these are really just your regular rank 5. Toad is one of my favorite mutants. He's kind of my go-to, honestly, mutant for battlegrounds. Even more so than Magneto though, because he really punishes skill champs. Magneto counters like the purifying and all that, but like Toad like punishes it, so it's a little better for time for battlegrounds. But I use them both. Um, and then yeah, I mean the rest of this is just very basic. My profile name is their title is weirdest rank up choice, and I've kept that, and I don't think it'll ever change. Um, it's just kind of how I play the game and how I've built my roster, and what I'm known for is like just having really weird rank up choices. And like I have a lot of the meta ones, I got like Doctor Doom, I've got Ghost, Absman, Fury, Hulkling. So I've got like the top champs, there. But I also have a lot of weird ones. Like I've got Cable Ascended, I've got, Wasp rank 5, I've got Toad ranked up, Magneto, like I have a lot of weird champs. Um, I kind of like live by that on this game, but so that's like my title. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, like I have like Omega Red rank 5 now. I've got Ghost Ascended, Blackwell Clairvoyant, Iceman. These were all like very recent rank ups that I've been doing lately. Like those are my last three right there is Ghost, Black Widow, and Omega Red. And the reason why is because I'm starting to like embrace the recoil masteries, and I've been playing this game for maybe 5, 6 years, and I've never played with them ever. I've never even unlocked them. So all the cores that we've been just kind of like getting with like the logins that we do now have allowed me to like unlock most of the masteries. And so I decided to do a little bit of a change on my account. I've been playing this game for quite a few years and I've never played with recoil, so I want to like invest in that now so I can get a different feel. Like I feel like the game would just feel different with them, and it has. So I want to continue to invest in them. So a lot of the rank ups I'm going to be doing going forward are going to be recoil friendly champs. And so yeah, I mean, though that's pretty much my roster. I don't think, yeah, I mean, like I do want to kind of take up Archangel and Apocalypse, but um, yeah, those are pretty much my plans and my roster there. And then I'll just show you quickly my masteries, and you can see how garbage this is. So this is my recoil mastery setup, and it's awful. It needs a lot of work. This is not a good setup. I do need to max out Liquid Courage. I'm going to take some points out of Glass Cannon, and then I need Double Edge. So there's a lot here that I'm missing that I need to max out. I want to work on Coagulate, Willpower, Inequity. Like there's just a lot. This needs work. So I do have this setup for non-recoil, and I honestly love it. I actually really like my setup. I've had this one for a long time, and I'm really happy with it. So, but for my recoil, like this just needs work. So, my plans going forward is going to be to I'm going to help my alliance with raids this week, and then I'm going to do a couple wars with them, and then I'm going to be splitting off and taking a break from alliance war. More so, actually, a break from battlegrounds because I want to focus on doing like arenas and questing, and I just don't have the time in my personal day to grind 420k score in battlegrounds every season and then grind for units. I can't do both. But I really want to just take one season off, relax, do some questing, explore lower EQs, do arena, build up my units. I think I need like 27, 20, probably about 2,800 to like complete this build here. So I'm going to be taking a break this season from my alliance just to work on my masteries, and then I'll be right back. Um, so yeah, that's the plan, and then that's kind of what I'm working on right now. I'm not 100% sure, like I said, on like the next rank ups I'm going to do. I kind of went over some of them, but yeah, that'll pretty much do it for my count tour video. So hopefully you guys did enjoy it. But I will try to do some videos on Alliance War, even though I'm taking a step back because we're tier 2, plat 2, and I really like that level of gameplay in War. I don't really have a desire to like push masters. I feel like I could, if I had the right resources and just kind of like focused up. But Plat 2 is really like Plat 1, Plat 2 is really where I belong and like it's kind of my skill level. But I'm gonna be taking a break, probably joining, I think it's like Gold 3 or Plat 6 or something, but I don't know what it was, but so I'm gonna be taking a break, and then just building up my units, and then but I'm still gonna make videos. I'll do my war videos the same way I've always been doing them. They're just not gonna be as like entertaining because it's not as good of nodes. It's not as intense. My stats will probably be way inflated, um, but I'll still do some videos and have some fun. So, anyways, that will do it for this video. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy it, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.